Greetings, everybody. This is Don Blum, the Hall of Fame Collectibles and more, with our Hall of Fame biography episode 318, John Montgomery Ward. Plus, we will have a trivia today. Immortal Records will be the subject for today's video. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day. Want to shout out to everybody that's in here so far. God is great. Hello, Don. God is great. Hello, everyone. Semi Truck 75. What's up, everyone? Space Case Card saying, yo, Bernie H. Hello, Donald, Titus, Semi, Space Case, Titus, Don, Space Case, and Bernie. Matty Ice Cards. Matty Ice Cards. Let me get Matty Ice in here. Matty Ice Cards. Let's see. Oh, 1+ here for Bernie. Matty Ice Cards. The 1+. Bernie, Matty. So I've got Bernie H. God is great. Matty Ice Cards, Semi Truck 75, and Space Case Cards. We are at, just so everybody knows, 932 entries, not including today's yet. So we're getting closer to finishing up our November giveaway. November, I mean. And just so everybody knows, we are on the 9th tier. We have 9 prizes on the wheel. We'll be having 9 prizes. Remember, your type of prize depends on how many times you've got. So I'm going to set up guidelines going into next year in 2025 as we move forward toward that. But other than that, then you all have, hopefully you had a great Veterans Day. If any of my followers out there are veterans, we had an awesome time yesterday. Me and 4 other guys from our church went to Red Robin and had our veterans lunch. It was fun. We had a great time. It was awesome. It's always nice to get a free meal. Next year, maybe we'll go somewhere different. Don't get me wrong, Red Robin is good. I like their Red Tavern double, single patty, bottomless fries. They brought out the bottomless fries even before we ordered our food because they knew, they could see we were veterans. So without further ado, real quick, I'm just going to change the camera until we switch to our other content down below. So you can see me. I'm in my USA Veterans ball cap, and I do have my t-shirt on. I know you guys have probably seen me wearing this before, but I've never really showed you sometimes the whole thing. You can't see it with the Don Blum, the Hall of Fame Collectibles and more up in there and stuff. So make sure you speak now or forever hold your peace. Bernie H. God is great. Matty Ice Cards, Semi Truck 75, and Space Case Cards are all in here in the first 5 minutes. And some Tim Wong. Some Tim Wong with a 1+. He's got in here. So I believe I've got everybody that I can see here. I don't think any surprises jumped in yet. And as soon as my computer says 2:05, we'll get into our trivia. We are going to have yesterday, Monday, November 24th, Veterans Day trivia. And then we will also have today's trivia, which isn't trivia really, it's just a baseball quote. It's just going to be a baseball quote. We do have 205, so let's get into our content today. Today's stream's not going to be too big, not going to be too long, and some of the Hall of Fame biographies that I've got coming up will be most likely some double headers. Can't remember, there might be one triple header before we finish the end of the series for all let's see, what episode are we going to be up to when we're going to be at episode 343 when we end with Robin Young. Okay, so other than that, we will have some fun, but we will get now. And Gil Hodges got shot in the rump on Okinawa. Oh my word, he got shot in his butt, huh? He got shot in his keister. All right, so we're going to get right into it. It is going to be Immortal Records. Immortal Records. Okay. How many? Oh, let me do the baseball birthdays for yesterday, Monday, November 11th, 2024. Again, it is Veterans Day yesterday, and in Canada they call it Remembrance Day. Okay. The baseball birthdays for yesterday, Monday, 11 November, are Pie Trainer, Rabbit Marinville, George Case, and Damian Easley. So, Immortal Records. How many of the following pitchers posted 17 straight seasons with 10 or more wins? All right. So, is it this one's going to be worth 5 points. There's one correct answer. Whoever gets it right first will get the 5 free entries. How many of the following pitchers posted 17 straight seasons with 10 or more wins? We have A, Greg Maddux, B, Warren Spahn, C, Don Sutton, D, Mike Mussina, E, Steve Carlton, or F, all of the above. Go ahead and put your answer next. Put your answer in. Whoever gets it first gets the 5 entries. Okay, Matty Ice says F. Matty Ice, you got that one right. Let's see. You had 1, 5. Okay. So, Matty Ice, you got that one. And yes, it was F. All of the above was F. All of the above was our answer. And on the back, it says the answer is F. Maddux led the way, doing it for 19 straight years from 1988 through 2006. Carlton did it for 18 years from 1967 through 1984. The others qualified with the 17 straight seasons with 10 or more wins. They're just saying, boom. So congratulations there, Matty Ice, on getting F, all of the above. F, all the above was the correct answer. So our next one is just baseball quotes. As we're getting ready for the next part, let me switch my camera around. All right. And we will get ready now for just the baseball quotes for today. The baseball birthdays for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 are Carl Mays, Greg Gagne, Moonlight Graham, and Sammy Sosa. Right? The baseball quote of the day is, "That's a lot of money to pay for comedy material." Comedian Bob Hope, on his failed attempt to buy the Washington Senators for $10 million in the late 1960s. That's pretty cool. Baseball quotes. That's a lot of money to pay for comedy material. Comedian Bob Hope on his failed attempt to buy the Washington Senators for $10 million in the late 1960s. There you go. So we've got what? So far, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 entries. That'll get us up to 943 so far in our quest to go. And let me give you a sneak peek here as our first decoration for the festive holidays. This one was sent to me by Locken99. Let me just turn it on and give you a little preview. Thought this was kind of a cute little TV here. I kind of had to improvise the legs so I can get it to stand up when it's not. There you go. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. There we go. I can put that right like that so you guys can see our decorations will be slowly coming out over the next weeks as we prepare to get our Christmas holidays under wrap here. Okay, let me get over here. We are again going to do John Montgomery Ward for our biography for today. And 38, lost 102 games in 7 years, pitched perfect game for Providence of the National League in 1880. Turned to shortstop and made 2,151 hits. Managed the New York and Brooklyn in the National League, presidents of Boston National League 1911 and 12, and played important parts in the establishment of modern organized baseball. So our biography okay. John Montgomery, an American Major League Baseball pitcher, shortstop, second baseman, third baseman, manager, executive, union organizer, and owner and author. Ward, of English descent, was born in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, and grew up in Renovo, Pennsylvania. And he led the formation of the first professional sports players union and a new baseball league, the Players League. As far as his early life, Ward attended the Bellefonte Academy in the early 1870s, and at 13 years of age, he was sent to Pennsylvania State University. In his short time there, he helped jumpstart a baseball program and is often credited for developing the first curveball. However, he was kicked out of school for pushing an upperclassman who attempted to haze him down a flight of stairs and stealing chickens. The following year, in 1874, his parents, James and Ruth, died. He tried to make it as a traveling salesman, but when that proved unsuccessful, he returned to his hometown. There, he rediscovered baseball. In 1878, The semi-professional team for which he was playing folded, which opened the door for him to move to a new opportunity. He was offered a contract to pitch for the Providence Grays of the still new National League, and all-professional Major League that had begun its operations in 1878. As far as the Providence Grays, Ward's first season with the Grays was a successful one, going 22-13 with a 1.51 ERA. He played that season exclusively as a pitcher, but during the following two seasons, he played increasingly in the outfield of third base. Ward had his two finest seasons as a pitcher, going 47-19 with 239 strikeouts and a 2.15 ERA in 1879, and a 39-24 with 230 strikeouts and a 1.74 ERA in 1880. He pitched nearly 600 innings each year, 587 in 1879 and 595 in 1880. As a 19-year-old pitcher, he won 47 games and led the 1879 Providence Grays to a first-place finish. In 1880, he began to play other positions. On June 17, 1880, Ward pitched the second perfect game in baseball history, defeating future Hall of Famer Pud Galvin and the Buffalo Bisons 5-0. Lee Richmond had thrown baseball's first perfect game just 5 days before, on June 12th. The next perfect game by a National League pitcher would not happen for 84 years. When Jim Bunning pitched a perfect game in 1964. Also, Ward expanded his leadership role to include managing when he became a player manager for the team's final 32 games, winning 18 of them, as the Grays finished in second place. The seasons of 1881-1882 were the first in which he played more games in the outfield than he pitched. This was due to a nagging arm injury he originally incurred, sliding into a base. He still pitched well when he did pitch, winning 37 games over those two seasons and having ERAs of 2.13 and 2.59 respectively. And on August the 17th, 1882, he pitched the longest complete game shutout in history, blanking the Detroit Wolverines 1-0 in 18 innings. By this time, however, the Grays felt his best day was behind him. And sold their former ace hurler to the New York Giants. All right, let me get a sip of water real quick here. Next part is New York and the reserve clause. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful weekend out there, as we're starting off another fun-filled week of Baseball Hall of Fame biographies. Ward moved to the New York National League Club in 1883. An injury to his right arm while running the bases during the 1884 season ended Ward's pitching career, as he could not wait for his arm to heal before he returned to the field. He taught himself to throw left-handed so he could play center field for the remainder of the 1884 season, and he replaced Jim Price as the Giants manager for the final 16 games of the 1884 season. With his arm fully recuperated, he became the everyday shortstop in 1885. Ward graduated from Columbia Law School in 1885 and led the players in forming the Brotherhood of Professional Baseball Players, the first sports labor union. Ward and the players had become frustrated with the owner's reserve clause, which allowed them to sign players to one-year contracts and then allow them to negotiate with other teams when those contracts expired. The player felt that the owner had absolute power. At first, the players had some success, gaining the freedom to negotiate with other teams, and when they were asked to take a pay cut by their current team in October of 1887, Ward married actress Helen Duvray. In 1888, after the Giants had finished the first in the National League and had won a playoff series known today as a World Series, they played the St. Louis Browns of the American Association for the Duvray Cup, which was named after Ward's wife. Ward then captained an all-star team, which paired Cap Anson's Chicago Cubs, headed off with the barnstorming World Tour organized Albert Spalding, that had visited Australia, Egypt, and Europe. The owners held their winter meetings and created a classification system that would determine a player's salary. Under the system, the most a player could earn was $2,500, equivalent to $85,000 in 2023. The Giants then sold Ward to the Washington Nationals for a record price of $12,000. Ward was furious and left the tour early. He then demanded a meeting with the owner and said he would refuse to play for Washington unless he received a portion of his record sale price. Washington eventually refused payment on the transaction, nullifying the deal. The owners denied Ward's request for a meeting to discuss the new classification system, saying no talks would be held until after the upcoming season. Though Ward and the union fought hard for these issues, this did not distract him or the Giants team, as he hit .299 and helped the Giants capture their second straight World Series title in 1889. Amid Ward's commitment as a ball player and union organizer, he still found time for a third occupation, that of author. His 1888 book, Baseball: How to Become a Player, with the origin, history, and explanation of the game, was the first published effort to explore baseball's development from its early roots. The Players' League. Ward realized that negotiations with the owners were going nowhere and threatened to create a Players' League. The owners thought of it as nothing more than idle threat, but failed to realize Ward's connection in the business community, and he began to launch a new league. And this new Players' League included a profit-sharing system for the players and had no reserve clause or classification plan. The season began in 1890 with over half of the National League's players from the previous year in its ranks. Ward acted as a player manager for the Brooklyn club, named Ward's Wonders, and finished seventh in the league with a .335 batting average. While the Players' League drew well at the box office, the team's owners grew nervous when the money did not come in as expected because of the profit sharing. Soon they began holding secret meetings with the National League counterparts and one by one sold their teams to the rival league. As far as his latter career, due to an agreement after the dissolution of the Players' League, Ward stayed in Brooklyn as player manager for the National League team. The Brooklyn Grooms followed the 1892 season, and Ward expressed his desire to return to the Giants and was sold to his former club for $6,000. Despite his declining bat, Ward led the league in stolen bases in 1893. Following the 1894 season, he retired at the age of 34. He finished his career with a .275 average, 2,104 hits, and 504 stolen bases. He is the only man in history to win over 100 games as a pitcher and collected over 2,000 hits. As far as his post-career, Ward retired from baseball at the age of 34 in order to enter the legal profession. As a successful lawyer, he represented baseball players against the National League. Later, he acted as president and part owner of the Boston Braves franchise and became an official in the short-lived Federal League in 1914, acting as the business manager of the Brooklyn Tip-Tops. In the last quarter century of his life, Ward's sporting passion became golf. He won several championships, and New York played all over Europe and completely regular in the United States Golf Association, U.S. Amateur. He finished second in the prestigious North-South Amateur Championship at Pinehurst Country Club in North Carolina in 1903. The North and South Amateur was the equal of any major golf event at the turn of the century. The first North and South event took place in 1901. Ever the organizer, he was one of the founders of the New York Golf Association and the Long Island Golf Association. Ward died in Augusta, Georgia, the day after his 65th birthday on March 4th, 1925, after a bout of pneumonia, and is interred in Greenfield Cemetery in Hempstead, New York, or Long Island, New York, named in the honor of baseball in 1946. Ward was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee in 1964. He was inducted into the Suffolk Sports Hall of Fame on Long Island in the baseball and historic recognition categories with the class of 2000. So there you have it. John Montgomery Ward's biography. Now we'll go over all his Hall of Fame stats for getting him entrance into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was a shortstop, a second baseman, and a pitcher. Born March 3rd, 1860, in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, in the United States. He died March 4th, 1925, at the age of 65 in Augusta, Georgia, United States. He batted left, threw right. His MLB debut July 15th, 1878 for the Providence Grays. His last MLB appearance was September 29th, 1894 for the New York Giants. His batting average was .275 for his career, 26 home runs, 867 runs batted in, 540 stolen bases, 164 wins, 103 losses. Earned run average was 2.10, and his strikeouts were 920. Teams he played for as a player: Providence Grays, 1878 to 1882, the New York Gothams and the Giants, 1883 to 89, Brooklyn Wards Wonders, 1890, Brooklyn Grooms, 1891-92, New York Giants, 1993 to 1994. As a manager, the Brooklyn Wards Workers in 1890, the Brooklyn Grooms, 1891 and 92, and the New York Giants, 1893 and 94. His career highlights and awards: National League wins leader, 1879. national ERA leader. Um, he was a two-time national stolen base leader, 1887, 1892, pitched a perfect game on June 17th, 1880, and is a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, inducted in 1964. His election method was the Veterans Committee. So there you have it. John Montgomery Ward is our Hall of Fame biography for this day. For our Hall of Fame biography, episode 318, John Montgomery Ward, plus our trivia. Didn't get anything in the mail yet. Mailman's probably running late today. But as that case eventually shows up, we'll get things scheduled and probably be like, we'll have like the 12 days of Christmas coming up when we get into December. But we will start opening that case when it shows up, one box at a time to see what we can get there. All right. And then probably from the pulling of different cards from that holiday case, I will doing our December giveaways. It's October, November, so November, December giveaway will include holiday cards in it. So that's probably what we'll do there for your PC team. Okay, let me get back over here to our studio. Bob Euchre. Okay, let me see how many do we have here. Do a refresh here real quick. I have 2 thumbs up. How many thumbs up do you guys show? I see 5 people in here with us, which isn't too bad. Which is not too bad. Okay. I'm going to get ready. We'll get ready to sign off. We'll do our 2-minute warning. It'll be an early day today. So I don't have nothing else to share. After Bernie gets some of the cards that I think he has for me for my set, we'll go through and preview this guy here, the football rising stars here. Okay. You need some cards to finish this set off. Once this set's complete, I'll share it in the channel. Okay. And other than that, oh my word, my other computer's still thinking. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. We'll get ready here. We'll do the 2-minute warning here. We'll give you another bonus entry if you're here at the end. Space Case says he sees 7. That's good. I'll probably come up with something if we get our 10 thumbs up. You can always go into my pack box and take out a couple packs of baseball cards and just do a little pack mix. Might do a pack mix. Okay. Other than that, that's who we did today. Tomorrow is going to be Earl Weaver. Earl Weaver is going to be tomorrow. Earl Sidney Weaver will be our Hall of Fame biography for tomorrow. A little bit more in depth than John Montgomery Ward here. Okay, I see 6, but that's fine. Okay, so let me get things ready here for our end of stream. I'm going to do it here because I can see the time here. Okay. I'll wait until 36, give you guys the whole 2 minutes here. As my computer says 2:36. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to chime in, say you're here, present. It's just once I do that, that locks it in for the 2-minute warning. So you have to get your prompting in there. Okay. As soon as I see the 2:36 show up on my PC, go ahead and hit the enter button here. All right, there we go. We got 2:36 here now. All right, and then let me get in. Okay, all right, at 38, we'll do that. What do we got here? We got Bernie's here. Bernie's here, and he'll get his bonus entry. Then Matty Ice gets a +1. Space Case gets a 1. All right, Space Case, Matty Ice, and Bernie look like they're the only two right now. Since my computer says 2:38, we will end this, and I'll get ready to turn the camera so I can do my signature sign off. Then we'll be done until tomorrow. Just Bernie, Matty Ice, and Space Case are the only two here, I guess. Because we're almost going to end it here. Okay. Bernie, Matty Ice, and Space Case. And as we go tick, tick, tock. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Turn the camera around real quick. Switch cameras so you guys can see me. Get ready to sign off. We'll give you an update tomorrow where we are. This has been Tom Blumdahl. We'll be sending those score treat cards to you that you need for your set this Friday now. Oh, no problem. No problem. I know it's going to take me a little while to try and round up the other cards. I haven't decided which route to go on that for sure. Anybody out there, once I get Bernie's ones that he's going to send me, I'll post a link up there for the score treat football set that I'm trying to complete and put in the binder. I'm trying to complete the orange and green master set for the base. And I've got all the rookies, I think. One of the colors for sure. I think I got both 1 through 50 on the rising stars. So until then, you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed night. We will see you all tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, right here, Tom Blumdahl, Hall of Fame Collectibles and More. I've been live with Hall of Fame Biography, episode 318, John Montgomery Ward, and trivia. And again, we'll be back tomorrow with our next episode, Earl Sidney Weaver. Till then, you all take care. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.